Good afternoon. Did you know that 70% of people want to have a surprise party in their life? I have the privilege of being here today to show you guys how I plan my surprise parties. Now, I have 52 second cousins, so as you can tell, it's quite a bit of family to plan parties for, so sometimes they're fun to have little surprises. A lot of people ask how I keep everything really organized and make sure that everything goes on time. I personally have a planner. It helps me get my shopping list together, which I'll talk about later. And it just helps me, stay organized and stay maintained on what I want this party to look like. So, first and foremost, you have to pick a theme. My personal favorites are costume parties. I've thrown an Avenger theme one for my little itty bitty cousin. I've also thrown a 20s theme, which was really, really fun to see everybody dancing around on the dance floor in. You need to put together a list of people you should invite. Their friends, their family. If you guys know somebody and they're not really that close, but you still want to invite them, go ahead. The more the better, as I've learned. You have to start searching for places to hold this function at. Surprise parties are usually a group of a lot of people, so you need to make sure that it's big enough to hold the people there. So you can do it at your house, at their house, at a venue. We have venues here in Sedalia that I use for my party. Even in restaurants. My Sweet 16 party was upstairs at a restaurant here in town. So that was easy and nice. You also have to find a cake design in your brain because sometimes it takes a while for cake vendors to get that said design done. So now you also have to pick a date and a time for the party to start. If you don't have a date and time, things get confused and people start showing up whenever they're not supposed to. And sometimes it can ruin the surprise and it'll put more stress on you as the planner. Buying invitations, or you can even have a private story on Snapchat. With today's generation, that's usually what a lot of people choose to do. You can put the guest list on it, but for parents, usually it's best to send out the invitations because most parents don't have Snapchat or don't look at Snapchat stories. So now it's time to pick out the cake and who you want to make it and tell them the design and put the order in for it. You also need to make sure that you tell someone to distract the guest at honor while you guys are setting up everything for them. This day can be full of their shopping, going to get coffee, stuff like that. But you don't want to make sure they're too full on food so that way they can't have the fun taco bar at the surprise party, which is one of my favorite things to do. So whenever you're setting up for the party, whenever it's the party day, you need to go into the venue, the house, their house, whichever one it is, and you need to start setting up balloons, streamers, backboards, cameras, disco balls, karaoke machines, things like that. You have to make sure that everything is in line how you want them to be. So the person who is distracting them, you need to make sure that you are checking up with them, making sure things are running on time, because whenever things aren't running on time, you have to start rushing and getting things done quicker than what you thought you were going to have to do. When it comes time, you need to turn off the lights, and you can always do the special surprise thing, or you can just jump out with no surprise, which I don't think is as fun personally, but whatever floats your boat. When the guest of honor arrives, it's time to party. So having fun is the last step. So today we learned how to plan a simple, easy, and fun surprise parties. In my opinion, surprise parties never go out of style, and they're always really super fun to plan. So someday, hopefully using my video, my speech, you can learn how to throw an amazing one. According to Zingerman's Catering, life has given us all some unexpected and unpleasant surprises this year in 2020. So let's have a fun one. Okay, now you guys can stand up. Smile, wave, whatever you want to do. Okay.